Well, the opening games in the Olympic curling trials finals did not disappoint. Victories by the smallest of margins on the men's and women's side. Jacobs and Homan take a 1-0 series lead in the best of three. The first time it's ever happened. Perhaps more misses than we're used to seeing. Challenging ice conditions, huge crowds heating up Scotiabank Centre. Hi again, curling fans. Devin Haru back inside this arena. Rock Channel post-game coverage starts right now. Wow, what a game on the men's side. Back and forth. These curling juggernauts went. Like I said, a bunch of misses throughout the game. It was entertaining. It was adventurous. And in the end, it was Matt Dunstone missing his last. Jacobs didn't even have to throw his last rock of the game. He wins it 9-8 in a game. Wow, I haven't seen something like that in a long time. So we talked to the winning side, Ben Hebert and Brad Jacobs. They were as candid as ever. And then we spoke to Matt Dunstone about this loss and how his team regroups for Game 2. Let's take a listen to all of them. All right, Ben, congratulations. That was an adventurous game. How would you describe it?
Entertaining for the fans. Hard on the brains of the curlers all on the ice. But, yeah, we played pretty good. Conditions were a little tricky. Ice kind of changed a little bit. Like, the ice is good. It's just a little bit inconsistent, right? So sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, and it's just a little tough, you know, makes it more interesting for the fans. So I'm sure you guys enjoyed it more than we did. But, yeah, it's one small step, I guess. I mean, this thing's far from over, right? So they're a great team, making a lot of shots. They're playing with some confidence. But obviously nice to get the first one, but we haven't done anything yet. So we know.
Ben, there were a lot of misses tonight, and you're calling it entertaining. Ice, nerves, all of that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely nerves. You have a chance to go to Olympic Games, kind of a reasonably big deal. So, you know, we're human beings, but, you know, been there before. But, yeah, certainly some nerves and excitement, but that's why you play. I don't get nerves and excitement playing in Penticton anymore, so this is pretty sweet. I like what I feel out there. But, yeah, maybe, and you know, ice is a little tricky, only sheet out there. That's the first game we've played, only sheet out there. And, you know, we managed it as good as we could, you know, having that nice 3-point lead. And then it got away from us on a couple of misses there and stayed calm, cool. Brad Jacobs, cool. And came back and got the win. So it doesn't always have to be pretty.
Brad, I've seen a lot of curling. I don't know if I've ever seen a game like that. Have you ever played in a game like that?
Well, like I said at the beginning of the week, there's a lot of weird things that happen in big events, and especially at the Olympic trials, and we were witness to that tonight.
For as adventurous as it was, it seemed like you were unfazed by anything that happened in this game. Take us through sort of how you had to sort of emotionally center yourself knowing all of this chaos was happening around you.
I've been emotionally in control and intelligent since I got here, I think. And I said last year at the Brier, you probably remember, that winning the Brier I felt would take a lot of pressure off the rest of my career. And the reason I said that is because I really felt like just winning that second Brier for me has completed the curling journey for me. I really have. And it's allowed me to just play free and play loose. And, you know, I've got 3 guys that feel the exact same way, and Coach Paul, that support me so well and make it easy to just be grounded, always remember where my feet are and be present out there and just try to make one shot at a time. So like I said, it's interesting because I remember in the past, you know, in big games like that, I'd be full of nerves, very anxious, just wanting to win so badly. And it affected the way that I played. And now this is going to sound maybe bad, but I've kind of reached a point in my career where I just don't care. But I mean that in a very good way. And so, yeah, looking forward to another game. I mean, anything can happen out there, as we kind of have seen. And truthfully, I feel for Matt and that team after that miss. I really do. And none of you may believe me, but I do. That's really, I still don't know if we won that game. That's kind of what it feels like. But we did, and, you know, we've got one more to go here. And who knows, this may go to the distance. We'll see.
It was adventurous to watch. What was it like to play?
very adventurous. I mean, you didn't know, it's very tricky surface to navigate. And I mean, you see that, you don't see a line score, you don't see the amount of misses that you see without that's just obvious that that's the way it was. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's a best of 3, so we got to come out tomorrow.
To that, go ahead. Did that last one feel good coming out of your hand, Matt?
I didn't hate it. I know it was more weight than I'd thrown on my first one. Just on that side of the sheet, we hadn't really played that the entire game. I didn't throw it appropriately for the conditions that it was going to be in. So it was user error for sure on the last one. But yeah, it's just a trickier side. You could have been heavier, you could have been wide and do a lot with it, and I just didn't throw it appropriately for that.
How difficult was it? I mean, are you at a certain point, are you just guessing where you put the broom down, Matt?
No. Greg's the best in the world, man, and he's been dealt a really tough hand this week. I want that to be known. There's nobody else that I'd rather have here than him. He's the best in the business. He's been dealt a really tough hand.
One down, perhaps fireworks still ahead in Game 2. Of course, if Jacobs wins it on Saturday night, this thing is over and they wear the maple leaf in Italy. Okay, let's get to the women's side of things. The overwhelming favorite here, of course, is Team Homan, but the overwhelming home ice advantage, the crowd cheering on Team Black in the first game. And listen, Team Black pushed Homan throughout. In fact, it came down to the final rock. Christina Black just not able to make her final shot and move enough granite. And so Homan escapes with a 5-4 victory. This place was buzzing. What a scene it was. So Homan is up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. We had a chance to talk to the skip, Rachel Homan, Emma Miskew, and then we heard from Christina Black, who's trying to rally her team one final time here in Halifax. Rachel, congratulations. This was a battle until the last rock. What was it like from your perspective?
Definitely challenging. Ice kept changing and tough to keep up with, but I thought we stayed really tough together. I thought we made a ton of shots, and we were as precise as we could be. And I thought we had an okay game and need to be a little bit sharper, and hopefully, a few things change tomorrow.
You're 1 win away from realizing something this team has been working really hard for. You'll likely say 1 shot at a time, but over to you, Rachel, with this next game ahead.
Yeah, more of the same. We've been in these situations before in finals and big moments, and we're out there supporting each other and with each other with every shot, every miss. Just trying to learn and trying to get better.
My last one, the 10th end of the men's semi was absolutely chaotic. This got a little chaotic here today. How much are the conditions affecting that and making these predicaments when I know you would have liked a much easier 10th?
Yeah, for sure. Rocks are getting cemented in there a little bit. Definitely difficult to move around and be a little bit more precise. So I thought my team handled it as good as we could, and thankfully we were able to pull out the win.
Congratulations. What a battle today, and you guys stuck with it. You're 1 win away from going to the Olympics. Take us through today's battle.
Yeah, it was challenging out there. It's always, if you can guarantee that you're going to win the semi, it's an advantage to play in the semi. Getting to see the ice conditions on the exact same sheet, and it looked similar today. We thought when we started the game that the frost was going to stay away, but it was not the case, and we definitely struggled a little bit when the frost creeped in. So something to note for tomorrow, and we'll be a little sharper, and hopefully it won't be as tense near the end of the game.
One thing about this team throughout this remarkable run is that you find ways to win. You did it again with adverse ice conditions. What does it say about the character of this team to pull it off?
Yeah, I think that we've been in a lot of close games, and I know that a lot of people talk about our record, and to me that so many of those games on that win side of the record, we're really close where we pulled it out kind of like we did today. So it just shows that we just stay in games, and the loss that we had this week, like we gave up 3 and 9 and took 3 to tie and forced her to make a last shot. Like we're never going to give up out there, and we were definitely a little bit confused at times, and I think that we'll be able to make a good note of the ice map and what ends the frost started to creep in, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a plan for tomorrow.
Christina, wow, just take us through that final end and the final shot in this battle here today.
Yeah, I mean, we kept it within striking distance, and going into the 10th, just hoping we'd have an opportunity to score 2 or score 3, and we were setting it up pretty good, but I just don't think my shot was possible unless I could throw it a lot harder. So we gave it a run, though.
To that point, just hanging tough with this team. What can you take away from this game to apply to the next one, knowing that you guys pushed the #1 ranked team in the world to the brink today?
Yeah, I mean, we played really well. We just gave up those 2 single-point steals, and you can't let them get a lead. They're so good. So it's like we need to keep the game just a little bit closer tomorrow and just give ourselves a better chance to pull it off.
Team Homan up 1-0 in this best of 3. If they win on Saturday afternoon, they will wear the maple leaf in Cortina at the Olympics in February. Just a riveting couple of opening games in these best of 3 finals. The first time we've ever seen it at the Olympic trials. A note about the ice. So many people talking about it. And of course, all the curlers saying all the credit to Ice Techs, Greg Iwasko and Mark Shurik and the whole team here working around the clock, trying to keep the ice conditions favorable for Saturday now. Game 2 straight ahead, and then we'll have post-game coverage right here on Rock Channel. Might we be going the distance to a 3rd game, or will we be talking about the 2 teams representing Canada at the Olympics? Stay tuned and buckle up.